Timmy and Pat, thanks very much for coming into the Irish Traditional Music Archive recording here in Céilí. Great to have the use of the hall for the day, for the week really. And you might just start off by telling us who you are and where you're from.
My name is Timmy O'Connor from a place called Toureendarby in Newmarket Co, Cork. And Pat is from Boherbuy, Pat Fleming.
Yeah, from Boherbuy.
Yeah.
Thanks a million for coming in, lads. You might start us off, ease into it with a tune.
Yeah.
So
I think we play the slides, Timmy.
Okay, we'll play
the first tune is one of Timmy's tunes. It's called the Commons Pattern. Long ago there was a dancing platform near where Timmy lived.
Roadside dancing.
Roadside dancing.
Yeah.
And that tune is called after it. And the second two are called after Johnny Mickey Barry.
Yeah.
A renowned musician as well. So we started there, Timmy.
great music, lads, and
Yeah.
thanks a million for coming in. Timmy, you might start off. So you're from outside Newmarket, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, what was it like growing up in that area? and
Well, in
who-
my young days, you see, there was a lot of old musicians there. Like, well, they weren't all the same, I suppose, but you know, there was 5 or 6 of them. Anyway, there was at this pattern that we were talking about. There was a fellow by the name of Paul Linehan. He played the fiddle that time, and he could play melodeon as well. And he had a fellow with him. His name was Mikey Welsh. He was a melodeon player. And they were playing at the pattern for a long time until they went away. And after that, then Jack Kane was the musician playing there. And it was going well. They was come from, you know, a lot of places. They'd come from Boherbue there, and come from Rockchapel, and come from, you know, it was be good. It used to be on every Sunday, and then Sunday night again after from that of the cow's milk, they'd be on back again then, you know. Then, and there was this place, it was a kill, a lime kiln, they was call it. And there was play handball there when the ones that wouldn't be dancing, you know, and then they'd have a game of handball up against the kill. And there was a lot of activity that way, like. And I was young that time.
And who would you have learned your music from directly? Would
Yeah, I learned that from, you know, listening to him playing, you know. And Johnny McKee did give me a hand, all right. He wrote down a tune for me one time. He told me, if he knew I'd be meeting a lot of musicians the same, I'd be getting them right and wrong and everywhere. So he said, have one tune right anyway, he said. So he...
You wrote it out for you.
The tune there, the second one there that we played, he wrote that one down for me.
Very good. Yeah.
And anyway, I was listening to all them fellas, didn't like, you know.
Well, I suppose there's been a lot of roving and stuff as well that time, Timmy. A lot
Ah,
of roving and things in the houses and
Oh,
house
yeah.
dances and things as well then.
I got a when I got the melodeon first, they started coming to the house. There was a lot of these old fellas had given up playing. They weren't playing at all then. You know, Jack and Johnny McKee.
Oh yeah.
And started coming to the house to Phil Barry was another fella, and Phil Jor. And when I got the melodeon, they was called to the house. And like that, and
So the melodeon was going day and night, so
it
it
was
all
going,
gone
it was
like
going there, and I was at it all day, and they were at it all night with two other brothers.
all that
And
way.
So were the brothers in your family played? Your brothers, did they play music as well?
we were all at it that time, but they didn't keep it up, you know. They went away and they went to America and everywhere, you know. But they didn't follow it as much as me, like. I was listening to the radio then and everything, and I heard Kieran Kelly then, and, you know, Joe Burke.
And did you start on the accordion or the melodeon? Was the melodeon
Well,
in the house
it's stuff
first?
on the melodeon. Yeah.
And would you?
I
Tell
remember
him what
one night
started
I was,
with. This is very
there
good.
was a melodeon left in a house. They used to have house dances, you know. This lady used to have house dances. There'd be, I think it was 3 shillings to go in. And there'd be a supper as well, and plenty of bread and jam and stuff. But anyway, there was a melodeon left anyway. I don't know how it got to be left there. I think maybe your man had other business to do. And so he left the melodeon after him anyway. And I don't even know who he was, so I can't think. But anyway, I got a hold of it and I read out a couple of notes of a tune one night. You know, Just Me Charlie, that one. It took me all night to do that. You know.
Would you play Chase Me Charlie? Lovely stuff, Timmy. And so
the tune, like, after a while, then my brother got a two-row accordion.
is it C sharp D or BC?
He had it was a B and C he had,
Yeah.
but we were playing it in the C sharp D style. Like we didn't know anything about what key we were playing that time, like, and we were learning to cross the keys then.
And so are you still playing B and C now, or?
Well, I am. That's B and C now. That one. I have C sharp D as well at home, like. But
And would you be playing that in BC fingering, or would you play that?
okay, I play that in C sharp D.
Very good.
But like there's a lot of tunes that I find very hard in it. A lot easier in the B and C, and vice versa though. That hard, a lot of them are easier in the C sharp D and harder than that. You know?
Do you think one is better for the polkas and slides than the
Well,
other?
I think maybe one of them, I think for dancing, they always say that the C sharp D is better. You know?
Why is that?
There's more of a punch in it, like. You have, say, you're drawing out like, you're crossing and you're, you know, and especially A is the killer in the B and C, you know. G is, your G and, you know, G is the one for it.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
And
G is very hard in the C sharp D, then you're coming out to the, you know, to the C key note.
Like F, like,
Yeah.
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 And you're saying there you're playing for, would it be mostly house dances that you would have been playing in, or would there be
Well,
any?
I was doing a lot of that, and I played it for a lot of dancers as well, you know, step dancers long ago, you know, and at these dancing festivals, you know, I'd be playing for them.
And would it
Sets as well.
be, so for the step dancers, would that have been reels and jigs?
Oh yeah, reels and jigs, they'd play for them, and you'd have to play some of them very slow, and other lads, you'd want it fast, up and down, like, you know, there'd be one to swear for to go slow, and another to go up to swear for to go fast, you know,
Yeah, I think
it's very hard to get it right. For
yeah,
it,
there's
like.
always someone going this way or this way.
But there was one little lady in Rock Chapel, and she never did this or that or nothing, and she won all over. You know, she was the best of them all. There's nobody to play for her, like.
And was it dancers from Sliabh Luachra you were playing for, or from all over the country?
Oh well, they'd be coming from other places, Mallow and other. Mallow was very strong in the step dancing, you know. And Newmarket, of course, as well. They had a dancing. They would learn to dance there as well. And then the set dancing.
With the set dancing?
That was for the competitions as well, you know.
So you would have played for the competitions?
Play for them as well, you know.
And what about social dancing then? So that would the set dancing have been in the houses or in halls, or where would it have been?
All the social dancing was in the houses, yeah. Yeah, and the halls too. You know, the Céilís, like. You know, there'd be no competition there, like. I would play with a few Céilí bands in times. And
What Céilí bands would you
I
play?
played with the Duhallow. They were good. Mick Williams was well known at the time. He played in Radio Ireland very early in the day. And he had a band called the Duhallow Céilí Band. And he had an awful crowd of us one day. And he could get no one to play for the band. You see, he was all day looking for a crowd for the Cork County. It was in Bortvent. And he ended up having too many. He was disqualified for having too many.
And at the Céilís, what kind of tunes would you have been playing?
Yeah, we played for C.G. Venus and, you know, sets as well, you know.
So you'd have played
Yeah.
the polka and slide
Yeah,
sets.
polka and slides and reels as well, you know. You know, I mean,
And can you remember the names of any of the sets that would have been danced?
oh, the sets, well, it was more. Yeah, well, to the polka set, I'd say.
Yeah.
What were the sets that Larry Lynch did that time? The
Well,
local sets?
Larry came in, he came from America, and he was teaching here in Milton. And he got sets from my area, a fellow by the name of Jordan Mack, and there was another fellow there, Jack Graney, and he wrote a book on set dancing. And he brought me up from Newmarket. He said it took him 15 years to get me to come up. But anyway, I got up and it was finished anyway, and I've been nearly coming since, you know. But,
Was it the Newmarket Mazurka was the name of one set in the Victoria?
that's right, yeah. It was
They're all sort of being revived
the
this
set of
moment.
Mazurks was another one.
Set of Mazurks, yeah.
Yeah.
So would
The
you
Victoria, well, that was a well-known set.
Yeah.
The jig set.
would you have played mazurkas as well?
Well, it was, the set was called the Mazurks. The set of Mazurks, and the Mazurk. I couldn't play Mazurks.
No, I was just wondering, curious
Yeah,
if they
no.
were played.
I'd say it was just the name though. I'd say it was
Yeah.
polkas and jigs
Yeah.
set mainly.
Yeah, it was mostly jig sets, like
Yeah.
the Judd had.
Tell Kyle about, would say, the Belly Desmond Fla and stuff long ago with Dean Tarrant and all that gang.
Well, it was,
And the Kentucky Fla as well, actually. That was a big one
Yeah.
in the 50s. Like,
yeah. Well, the first time I went to Flacco, well, that was outstanding. It was in Cantor. But I wouldn't, I wouldn't into anything anyway, really. I had never been anywhere, I suppose. But there was a fella from Kiskeam, he was Johnny Larry, he was a fiddle player. And there was this other old fiddler from, I think he came from Sligo, God knows. The two of them were playing together anyway, inside the pub either, it was where we were having the tea.
Oh, front rows, yeah.
And the two of them were playing together anyway, and the old man was getting the best of Johnny Lair. He had too many tunes for Johnny. And when Johnny was getting beat, he was stuck behind his back.
Very good.
But there was another fellow there that night anyway. He was a beautiful accordion player, and I think he was Kevin Keegan. Have you heard of Kevin Keegan?
No. I
Yeah,
haven't.
he was from Galway, I'd say.
Okay.
But Mick Williams taught me that he was Kevin Keegan. He was a beautiful accordion player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how well would you have known Johnny Leary?
Well, I know Johnny very well. There's Johnny Leary, the fiddle player
two
now
Johnny
I'm talking about.
Wait, yeah, sorry.
But the other player, the accordion player,
Yeah.
oh, I know Johnny well. We played here together. You know?
In this pub?
We played, well, not here, no, but in the hall. You know?
Used to be in Hennessy's all the time.
Yeah, in Hennessy's. But we played for Larry Lynch, you know. Larry had Johnny playing as well as me for the dancers in the hall. And yeah, I knew Johnny well indeed.
So Timmy
But,
was being
like,
the
I didn't know him. I didn't know him as well as I got to know him after. Like, when I was playing, when he was in Friday nights in Dan Connell's, I was always having to go somewhere, but I was never able to get back there. Just Sunday night I'd go back, and Johnny'd be playing, but he'd be playing outside for the dancers in it.
Yeah, except for Mikey Duggan.
Yeah,
And when you were playing for dancers, were you been playing on your own?
a lot of the time, yeah. A lot of the fellas that I was playing with, I don't know what was wrong with them, I played with Sully Reardon, you know. Sully was a good old player, a good fiddle player.
And was the fiddle loud enough for the hall?
Well, when we were out in the open for the set dancing, you know, platform, there was the set dance competition, so that'd be over then, and when the pubs was closed that time, they would stay open all night, and all the boys would come out from the pubs in, Sonny and Mike Paddy Cronin's brother Michael, a flute player, that joined me. Then we'd have great music then for a while, you know.
Brilliant. You might play another set for us, maybe a set of polkas. We could.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
There's Johnny McHill's.
And the second one.
The second was Johnny's as well.
Yeah, two Johnnies.
Yeah.
Johnny
McHugh was Jackie Daly got a lot of tunes from Johnny, and he made his name well known. Like,
where was Johnny Mickey from?
he was from my place.
Very good.
Yeah.
And Johnny Mickey would have learned his music, I suppose, back in the day from Tom Billy Murphy.
Well, the Tom Billy called to that our area one time. There was these fellas playing the fiddle, and they brought Tom Billy. But I don't know how often did they bring him. No, but.
And was Johnny Mickey, was he a box player as well, or was he a fiddle player?
I think he had a couple of tunes of the fiddle as well.
Okay.
Yeah, he
You
was
know?
very musical. Like,
Yeah. But anyway, he mostly the melodeon concertina. But he knew these old fellas as well. There was one fella, I said, who let you to play, Johnny? I said, do you mean Ginny wasn't bad? It's that. And there was another fella that, then inject Tom wasn't bad, he was O'Connor as well. Yeah. That's the way he described him, like. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Very good. just want to ask you a question about maybe two of the big recognisable figures in Sliabh Luachra music, Julia Clifford and Dennis Murphy.
Yeah.
Would you have known Julia and Dennis?
Oh, I would, yeah, I know Julia.
What are your memories of the two of them?
Well, I tell you, about Julia, she was in Cork one day at it was the folk festival, and she played very well. And she brought down the house. And then she said, "Have enough now?" And they roared all together, they wanted more and more. But, even Frankie Gavin was there as well. And Julie stole the show that year, you know. She was very good.
And what about Dennis Murphy?
Dennis was he was great altogether. The two of them together then, when Dennis had come down in the lower octave with the fiddle, it was beautiful, yeah.
And then the other fiddle player of that generation was Paddy Cronin.
Oh, Paddy was outstanding, yeah.
What made Paddy outstanding?
Oh, crepes, he was him. I don't know. Of course, he was in America for years, and he had changed from. He was like on kind of Sligo player for a long time, and he had some grand music, you know. But when he came back, then he went back to his own again. He was still great, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, you preferred
just the way he played, like. Yeah.
You preferred it when he was playing the Sliabh
Well, he
Luachra
was
music.
very good man to play reels and jigs and reels, you know. He had lovely jigs and reels, as well as polkas. He composed the polka as well, you know. I don't think I'd be able to play in this yoke, no, but.
And Paddy Jones, you played off with Paddy as well.
I played with Paddy as well. Paddy was very good. You know, Paddy, I heard him even there lately on the radio, and I thought he was outstanding as well. You know.
Would you be able to play that Paddy Cronin polka on the accordion? Do you think?
I could play it that, but I know they'd be able to play it in this, you know.
We could swap, sure. We could swap up.
Yeah. Well, what is it? No, this is the question.
That's the next question.
It's a lovely tune.
I've played that for a long time. That is a nice tune.
We don't play that much enough. We don't play it enough.
Timmy, you have to tell Kyle about the Scoil session that was going. Timmy was responsible for that See, we need
Well, this is the longest session in the country.
for 50 years.
But it's gone out in a few years because COVID ruined it altogether.
And where's that, Timmy?
It is in Newmarket, in Scoil's Bar in Newmarket. But that closed down for a while, but that kind of open now again. The proprietor died, Mick Scully, and he never was living away down Céilí, and he was finding it hard to keep it going.
And what was the reason for starting that session? Why?
Oh, the session.
Yeah.
The session started out of, I think anyway, that we was to be, there was some run boys in Listowel, and we was to be competing in the run boys, and we was to be practicing for the run boys there, for, and I think that was on a Friday night. And then after that, then we had Jackie Daly who was come to us. And then I think the session started off on a Sunday night, I think. That's what I think anyway. And the crowd was getting so big that we decided we'd change it to a Monday night. And they still kept coming. They kept coming they still kept coming from Killarney and everywhere. But the most of them a lot of them weren't musicians at all, like. But
What musicians would have come to it?
Oh, you name it.
Everyone.
It was like one of these places, like
Yeah.
over the years, like I'd say, the amount of musicians, young musicians, I suppose, and particularly like the Timmy has put through his hands, I suppose, and encouraged without even realising it, like.
Yeah, all the musicians that nearly every, an awful lot of them have come there anyway, from everywhere.
Just actually on that point, Pat, I'd like to ask you a question about how important is it for an area like Newmarket and Sliabh Luachra to have a musician like Timmy in the area?
It's just crucial, really, like, and I don't think people understand how important it is. Like, I think it was like a natural environment where the older generation and the younger generation can socialise, I suppose, organically. I suppose, want to be a better word, and you could learn from the older generation. Like, that's a big missing link, I feel, at the moment. Like, Scully's was the nail in the coffin, I think, really. Dan Connell's previously.
Yeah.
Like,
and then they were, you see, Dan Connell's Sunday night, and we had Scully's Monday night.
It was 2 nights a week, and Scully's was another great house spot.
Yeah.
The whole, even though the musicianship is phenomenal, I suppose, really, at the moment with the younger generation, but it is different from the music, I suppose, the culture music from our area, like, you know, I suppose the subculture world of Sliabh Luachra, really, like.
Yeah, and just on that point as well, Timmy, how do you see the music of Sliabh Luachra today? What kind of how do you view it? What do you think of it? Do you think it's still going strong?
Music is going as well as ever anyway, if not better, you know. The young musicians are outstanding.
And are they still playing? Are they still playing?
There's some grand musicians, like.
And are they still playing the older tunes?
Well, the old tunes, of course, they're picking them up and they're learning them and they're playing them very well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there has.
Well, the only thing that I don't like about the polkas is that they're gone too fast. You know, I was one time I was in English the last time of the flag hall. I just happened to be inside this pub and there was a bunch of young lads playing polkas. I said, I was going into the toilet and I was coming out, take it easy. I said, slow down. He looked at me like I had two heads in me. You know?
Why do you think they've gone so fast?
I don't know how do they get going so fast. Tis mad fast now, like. I remember another time they'd be playing on the television, and the fellow that was presenting the program, he said, Sliabh Luachra music is at its very best. And it wasn't, you know. It was too fast. Like,
yeah. I suppose the young ones, they're sort of confusing, I suppose. Polkas are lively music, they're dance music initially, like.
Yeah, but it's lively and fast are different. They're like, if they were playing that tune that we played now, they'd be playing. That's what I'd be playing.
See,
yeah?
they're confusing the speed with the lively part, aren't they?
Yeah, that.
They can play
yeah.
fast and
yeah.
it's just still dead, like.
Yeah.
Or it can play slow and lively, like. There's a different crossover, like.
Yeah. You have to have a bit of life in
But I
it.
suppose, like, I speak for myself, like, I grew up playing for dancing, like, in Den Connells for a long time.
Yeah.
And when you play for dancing, like, they won't be long telling you, like, if the life is in the music or it's dead, and, like, and didn't so much you play fast or slow, like, but you play lively, like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Colin. You know what I mean.
There was one old fella, Keith, Dan Keith.
Yeah, a gentleman, yeah.
He wouldn't be long put you in our class. Oh, he said, hold it now. He said, we're in that hurry. We're in no hurry.
Then hold up the hole, there could be 6 sets of the floor, and then you
Yeah.
call a halt, it, like.
Yeah.
I could say and chat to you all day, but we have to finish up now. I'd love you to finish up with another tune if you'd be up for it.
Well, we'll play Timmy's tunes, the Cascades, Billy O'Man, he's the last one he wrote.
That's right. We'll play them so.
And these are tunes you wrote 2 of them.
Yeah,
First and last.
I composed the first one, and we learned the other one from Billy Mahoney. He played the fiddle, and beautifully he played.
A neighbour
You
of
know?
Timmy's from where he lives, actually. Yeah.
He'd you know, whatever way he played, it was like to be singing, you know. Yeah, I thought,
Yeah.
you know.